We're going over 2nd Ezra 13, and the breakdown on it. So 1 second. Alright, this teaching is called The Gathering of Israel, and we're just going to go over what we went over before. I wanted to do this teaching again so that I can actually bring it out a lot better than it was before. For those who are joining us, you can actually go over the precepts with us. You can go and download on www.forshared.com.
Put that link in the chat box.
Yeah. And this is so you can go and just look at and have the precepts. Okay, so once the chat box is actually ready, I'm going to put this in the link box again, and you can actually go over and just follow along with the teaching using the precepts, because some of the books that we're going to go over, I'm going to name in a second, you may not have, and the scriptures you may not have. Okay, so again, it's www.4shared.com, shared, SHARED.com, and once you get there, you're going to go in the search bar, Israel and Judah Departing Teaching. Okay, again, it's called Israel and Judah Departing Teaching.
So just type it in Google.
Yeah, right. And yeah, you can just type it in Google. And also, you have to download that, and you are able to get the precepts and actually go follow along with the teaching that we're going over right now. Okay, so just to show you the books we're going to go through, we're going to go through the Apocrypha. We're going to go through 2nd Baruch, the book of Enoch, Jubilees, the Old Testament pseudepigrapha, book 1 and book 2. We said the book of Enoch, and of course the Gospel. And what we're going to use is the Tanakh. So we're going to read from the Hebrew because of a better translation of the scriptures, okay, and the Torah. And so we'll be able to give you a lot of information, and it'll be a lot clearer for you to understand, and the scriptures will be more understandable for us and yourselves, okay. And also the Hebrew is there for you, for those who want to go and see exactly what the scripture is saying, so you won't get it mixed up or anything. You can go right there and look at it for yourself for those who are reading Hebrew. Okay, the first scripture that we're going to go to is we're going to go to Isaiah 43 and 18. Alright? You might want to put that on.
Alright.
Okay, and also, to be very clear, in all our books and chapters, to really get an understanding of the breakdown, or understanding how the Father is going to do his new thing, 2nd Ezra and 13 is the only chapter, or only book that was written by Esdras or anyone that tells us how the Father is going to do a new thing. Okay, and we have to add in the precepts to actually get the understanding of how he's going to do this. This is the only way. All right, so let's begin. Again, Isaiah 43 and 18. Read.
All right, Isaiah 43 and 18. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth, and ye shall not know it.
All right. So the Father said He's going to do a new thing. Okay? He's going to do a new thing, and it shall spring forth. And this is a question. You should not know it. So He's asking you, what? You're not going to know it? Of course we're going to know it, because through the precepts we're going to have understanding of it. We're going to do the breakdown of it. So we got to remember the old way. The old way was He brought all of us together out of Egypt into Israel. Now He's going to do a new thing, and I'm going to show you that the new thing the Levites are going to come. Okay, it's going to be a separation with them. There's going to be a portion of Judah that goes into the land first. Ephraim is going to come. Okay, and then you're going to have the 10 tribes, including Ephraim, that's going to come on the ships to Tarshish, and along with some other parts of the southern kingdom of Judah.
Because a lot of us in Brazil.
Right, absolutely, because we actually throughout the Americas. All right, so let's keep going. Hosea 6 and 1.
All right, Hosea 6 and 1. Come and let us return unto the Most High, for He hath torn, and He will heal us. He hath smitten, and He will bind us up. After 2 days He will revive us, and on the third day He will rise us up, and we shall live in His sight.
All right, so this was the Father talking about us coming back together as a nation. All right, the tribes coming back together. All right, and on the third day we're going to live with the Father. Very simple. Let's keep going. Psalms of Solomon, chapter 17 and 30.
All right, and He will have Gentile nations serving Him under His yoke, and He will glorify the Most High in a place prominent above the whole earth, and He will purge Jerusalem and make it holy as it was even from the beginning.
All right, so He's going to purge Jerusalem. All right, in order for us to return, Jerusalem is going to be purged, and I'm going to show you that we're going to fight for Jerusalem. Okay, this is going to be the southern tribe that's going to fight for Jerusalem. That portion of His that He's chosen will fight for Jerusalem with the angels. And on His arrival, we will be there waiting for Him. This is why He's going to defend us. I'm going to show that. Give me Isaiah 42 and 4.
He shall not fail nor be discouraged, till He have set judgment in the earth, and the isles shall wait for His law, to open and bind the eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in the darkness out of the prison house.
So that's very clear. Okay, once His judgment hits earth, then those who are in prison will be released. Because you get a lot of people saying, well, especially when you say, hey, we need to come out of America. But what about the peoples that's locked up? Well, the fathers haven't forgot them as long as they're keeping the laws and the commandments. Okay, He's going to grab them as well, and this tells us right here: He should not fail nor be discouraged till He has set judgment in the earth, and the isles shall wait for His law. Meaning that we're talking about the 10 tribes that have understanding. I was going to show you that the 10 tribes are going to come after Judah, and not only that, another portion of the southern kingdom, those who did not come or remove themselves from certain parts of areas of land that He had asked them to. Okay, I'm going to prove all these things. Just keep going. 32, Deuteronomy 30 and 1. Read that. Now, Deuteronomy 31 is one of my favorite because it sums up. Moses summed up everything that the Father was talking about and collecting us. All right, but it's not in detail. He just summed it up. Read Deuteronomy 30 and 1.
And it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations where the Most High thy power have driven thee.
So He's going to destroy. He's going to gather us. Keep going. Read.
And shall return unto the Most High thy power, and thou shalt obey His voice according to all that I command thee, this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. That then the Most High thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations.
Keep going.
Whether the Most High thy God have scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Most High thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Most High thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee a good thing, do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
Alright, so in order for this to happen, the Father to collect us, even from the uttermost heavens, there's one thing that we have to do. We got to come back to him and remember ourselves. We got to remember the sins of our fathers. Okay, we have to understand that. Okay, so let's go to Baruch 2 and 29. Now, in the show, we need to represent first and show our worthiness of being returned to the Father. Alright? And by doing what? Keeping the commandments. And this is the only way that we will get salvation, is by keeping the commandments of the Father. Alright? Let's go Baruch 2, start at verse 29. This shows us how, this is in the instructions, how he's going to do this. Read.
If ye will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because that is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. So
this is going to show you that we didn't listen, because it said a small number. And I'm going to show you that small number is the remnant. Keep going, read.
And shall know that I am the Most High, their power, for I will give them an heart and an ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name.
Start right there. So, if you see, this prophecy is being fulfilled as we speak. Because if you look at it, we're waking up. The southern kingdom is waking up throughout the world. And you have those of the 10 tribes. But mostly the southern kingdom, meaning the Negroes. We are waking up, an abundant race, from North to South America to Europe and all the way through Australia. We are waking up. Alright? So this prophecy is being fulfilled. Keep going, read. And this gives you a timeline where we at. But keep going, read.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck.
Now, when in the Hebrew, when it says think upon his name, they mean to seek his face. All right, to seek him, and this is what's being done. Keep going, read.
And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which have sinned before the Most High.
You see that? Remember the way of our fathers. Keep going, read.
And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords over it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
Keep going, read.
And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people out of Israel, out of the land that I have given them.
Alright, so now we're about to get in depth in the breakdown of 2nd Esdras 13. And to understand this, we know that we got to return to the Father, remember our ways, the wicked deeds that we have done. Okay? And and one of the most thing that we need to do is separate ourselves from the system. We all know that. We must separate ourselves from the system. There has to be a separation at some point. Alright? This will help us keep the laws and the commandments and the statutes of the Father. Alright, so we're going to start the breakdown. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 13. Read 1, 2, 3. Read.
And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed in a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I behold, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen unto him.
All right, stop right there. So we know that this is the Messiah, the Hamashiach. All right, now I'm gonna go. So let's go to 1 John 1 and 51. I'm going to show you something, that at this time there will be angels in the earth already, his angels in the earth, and also fallen angels. Okay, so we're going to show you that there will be angels that's in the earth for a specific reason, and I'm going to show you what it is. Keep following. Read.
John 1 and 51. And he saith unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto you, hereafter ye shall see heaven open, and the angels of the Most High ascending and descending.
Come on.
Ascending and descending upon the Son of Man.
So there's going to be angels ascending, coming down, okay? Ascending, coming up, and descending with him to meet him. So that shows you that there will be angels on earth. But I'm going to show you later why these angels were on earth and what was going on. Keep going. Verse 4, 2 Esdras and 13.
Alright. 2 Esdras chapter 13, verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So
I'm going to show you also that when he says the four winds, we're going to show you that these are crafts that are coming to deal with them, to deal with the Hamashiach. Keep going, read.
Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
So that means he got to a certain place and he stuck there. He prepared himself. Keep going, read.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Esdras, he couldn't see. He wasn't clear what he was seeing in the vision. Okay? Keep going, read.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet burst fight.
So now that they got there, they seen him. They were afraid. But you know what? They're still going to fight. And I'm going to show you later that the reason that they were afraid is because they were already, before the return of the Messiah, they were already dealing with the fallen angels, man work. Okay, I'm going to show you that in this teaching. Keep going, read.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. For only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
So this is fire coming out. This is heat. Keep going, read.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire and flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only the dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, was I afraid.
Keep going.
After I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Start right there. So now, this is very key. He said, I want you to remember this. After I saw the same man come down from the mountain, and he called unto himself another peaceable multitude. So that means that he already had called someone else, a peaceable multitude. But now he's calling another. And we're going to find out who's the peaceable, the first one he called, and we're going to find out who's the other peaceable multitude. Okay? Remember, he's going to do a new thing. And you should not know it, Keep going. Read.
And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened and said, Thou hast sold thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
So he was like, hey, he was grateful that he was given an opportunity to see this. Okay, he was praising the Most High. He was grateful that he had the opportunity to be showed this vision, but yet he still didn't understand. Keep going, read.
Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream.
He said, show me the interpretation of this dream, Father. I don't understand this. Keep going, read.
For as I conceive in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
Hold up, that's very deep. Read it again.
For as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
So you're going to be in more danger that you already passed away in death than those who are there and alive during these days. Okay? Those that are alive during these days, they're going to be afraid. They're going to be terrified. And they're going to be in danger. But guess what? Those who already passed away in death are going to be in greater perils. And we're going to show why and what happened to them as well in this teaching. Keep going, read.
For they that were not left were in heaviness.
The heaviness mean they were going through a lot of things. Keep going, read.
Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days.
Latter days is the last days. Keep going, read.
Which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind.
See that? And those that are left behind. Now, I'm going to show you in this teaching, we want to be those that are left behind. Although that it's going to be great danger and perils and crazy. We're going to show you that craziness. Okay? And if any man say he's not scared, he's not afraid, I'm going to show you that the remnant will be afraid. Okay? Keep going, read.
Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world.
So hold on, it says it's easier. It says it's more danger to come into these things than those who have passed away as a cloud out of this world. Again, we show you that those who are died at this particular time is a reason. And I'm going to show you that they are the ones who were not marked by the Most High. They did not receive the mark. And I guarantee you we're talking about Israelites. They did not receive the mark of the Most High. Because see, Esdras is talking about his people. He's showing that what's going to happen to the Israelites during these days. Okay? Keep going, read.
Alright, I'm just read that again.
Read it again from the top.
Yet is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of this world and not see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required.
So he said, I'm going to show you what you wanted to know. You asked me to show you? Okay, I'm going to show you. Keep going, read.
Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation.
So he said, I'm going to show you what's going to happen to those that are left behind, that was left behind, that's in dangers. Keep going, read.
He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself.
Meaning that if you're there during this time, if you are seeing this, then you have kept the laws, the commandments, and the statutes of the Father. You have kept the faith of the HaMashiach. Read that again.
He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself.
Read.
They that be fallen in danger are such as have works. and faith toward the Almighty.
See that? So that's very clear. That's very clear. Keep going. Read.
Know this, therefore,
Wait a minute. Stop. Now, even to show you, to piggyback off that, that means, listen, you got to go through something. This is not going to be an easy ride. Okay? No one is just walking into the kingdom. No one is just walking into the wilderness. I don't care where you at. Okay? Anybody telling you this, they're a liar. They're lying to you. If you think you're safe because you're in Egypt, then you've been misled. No one is getting into the wilderness. And we're going to show you as well that all 12 tribes are not even going into the wilderness. Some parts of the tribes are going straight to Israel. Alright? Follow along. Read that again now.
Alright. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 23.
Read.
He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen in danger are such as have works and the faith towards the Almighty.
Alright, see, this even clearer. You gotta have some works. You gotta put forth works right now. And this shows us one thing. The scripture says to have works. Meaning that if we can't be sitting down, okay, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to make sure, that I'm just going to, right here next to the wilderness. I'm going to sit right here. I know I'm going to make it because I'm just going to be right here. No, we got to put forth works. The scripture tells us to put forth works all throughout the gospel. Keep going, read.
Know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
Read it again, bro. We gotta hear that again. Read it again.
Know this, therefore.
Know this. Know this. You better know this. Keep going. Read.
That they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
That's easy to say. That's very clear. All right. Now we're gonna go into something a little bit deeper. Why are those that are alive are seeing perils? Because we're gonna get there. Why are those who are alive are seeing perils? Because we have people teaching. Oh, I ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm keeping the commandment statutes, brother. You still gotta worry because those who are keeping the commandment and statutes are going to lose faith during these days. And those who didn't know anything and practicing all kinds of stuff, they were marked because the Father already knew that they were going to change during these times. They just had to go through something in order to be waking up. Alright? So we're going to show you that what those who are going to go through during these days, what's going to shake them up, and what's going to get many of the saints to lose their faith and fall during these days. Okay? And I'm going to show you something as well. If you read so far what we're reading, because now he's getting an interpretation of this dream. The Messiah has not came yet. He's not returned yet. The Messiah has not returned yet. And before the Messiah returns, the Hamashiach returns, the angels are going to show up first, well before he returns. And we're going to go over that too. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. So let's find out what these perilous times are. Go back up. Go ahead. Go back up to the top. Right there.
Verse 13.
Go down. Right here. There you go.
Alright, 2nd Ezra 16 and 17.
Read.
Woe is me, woe is me.
So hold on. A lot of people don't understand that woe is me, woe is me. This is the beginning of the second woe. This is the beginning of the second woe. You can also, and I can prove that, and we're going to show you that. Alright? This is the beginning of the second woe. That's why he's saying, woe is me, woe is me. There's two woes. There's a second woe, there's a third woe, there's a first woe. But this is the beginning of the second woe. Keep going, read.
Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when the evil shall come?
That's the question. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Should I just sit and wait? What should I do? Should I just drop dead? Should I hide my head in a hole? Should I run to some caves? What shall I do? Keep going.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Alright, let's go. Hold that. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 10. Read.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
So stop right there. So that's letting us know those who are in Egypt, we shouldn't be in Egypt during these times. Okay? That's telling you right now that we shouldn't be in Egypt for a long period of time. Okay? Keep going, read.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof.
Now, even before the Messiah does that, there still is going to be plagues and everything. And I'm going to show you this as well. That prophecy for Egypt has nothing to do with the southern kingdoms. That prophecy deals with Ephraim only. And I'm going to prove that as well. Okay? The prophecy of the gathering of Egypt in Assyria deals with Ephraim. Doesn't deal with Judah. Because Ephraim ran back into Egypt. They were oppressed by the Assyrians, and they were oppressed by the real Egyptians. Not Arabs, by the real Egyptians. Okay? So the Father's going to work his magic there as well. Alright, now let's go back to 2nd Esdras 16 and 20. I just want to be clear on that. Read.
But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
So now, even though there's going to be a lot of perils, there's going to be people who is not going to turn from their wicked ways. Alright? And I'm going to show you, you can precept this verse, I'm not going to go into it, to Revelation 11, which talk about Enoch and Elijah gathering the house. Okay, and even in part of the house, everyone in the house is not going to worship the Father. But I'm not going to go there. So Revelation 11 deals with Enoch and Elijah. It's not Judah and Israel. It doesn't even fit. Okay, it doesn't even fit. And I can prove that. And there's a teaching up on the site that Yaquab done. And there's more precepts. You can go on the pseudepigrapha and they can show you that, and they'll tell you that it's not no Judah and Israel. It's a physical Enoch and Elijah that will return. They will show the house and show the house how they have to live, and show the house how that they, if they become a sacrifice, and show them that they may have to give their lives up, because that's what's going to happen to them. But read 2nd Esdras 16 to 20 again. Go back there again.
For all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Keep going, read.
Behold, victuals, products, shall be good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
So people are going to be like, yo, we good. I'm getting money. I'm doing this. Everything's fine. Hey, what are you talking about? Leave this place. What are you talking about? Seek the, you we Hebrews. Hey, Jesus bless me. I'm good. Look at my car. Look at my house. I got a business I'm just building. I'm running another business. You tripping. Keep going, read.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So as you look right now, has it gotten better in the earth? Absolutely no. Has it gotten better in your neighborhood? Absolutely no. Has the churches, all these churches being built on these corners, has they even helped anybody out? Has they even made the neighborhoods more cleaner, more productive? Absolutely not. But there's confusion in the earth, and it's going to get much worse. These are the good times. Keep going, read.
For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
So, if we think we got it good, you know what I'm saying, because we grow food and all that, it's a wrap. He said, we will not, those who escape the famine, once the famine is done with, or once the famine, we see an ending to the famine, still not going to escape the sword. And we're going to show you why. What will be going on during these days. This is not even the touch of the subject, and not even showing you what's going to happen during these days. It's going to be real ugly. We're going to see things that we think we in sci-fi movies. We think we're going to be watching, it's like watching Return of the Jedi or Independence Day or something. We're not going to believe what's happening. We're going to want to pinch ourselves and see this reality. But guess what? It's going to be reality for some. It's going to be reality for all of us. Okay? Keep going, read. Where you at? What verse?
Verse 23,
read.
2nd Esdras 16:23.
Read it.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung.
So hold on, now we're going to show what happened to the dead. They should be cast out as dung. We know what dung is. Read.
And there shall be no man to comfort them.
Meaning that it won't be no times for burying your loved ones. There ain't gonna be no time for funerals and Pastor Jenkins giving his sermon about everybody goes to heaven. Nah, that's not going to happen. Keep going, read.
For the earth shall be wasted.
The earth is going to be a garbage. The earth is going to be a dumpster. It's going to be so many bodies. Whoop! It's going to be bodies piled up. That's how many people that's going to die during this. Keep going, read.
And the city shall be cast down.
Meaning the city should be cast down. I'm going to show you what's going to cast down these cities. Okay? Jeremiah 16:4. Let's get more on that. Jeremiah 16:4. Read.
They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented.
See that? They should not be lamented. Nobody's going to have a sermon over it. Nobody's going to even have time to mourn. Listen, those who going through these days, if from here, we're going to be so worried about our own lives. Wondering if we marked or if we next. We're not even going to even know we marked. No one is going to know that they're marked. Okay? People are going to be afraid. Keep going, read.
Neither shall they be buried.
Keep going, read.
But they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
You're gonna be doo-doo upon the face of the earth. That's what you're gonna be. Keep going, read. That's what we're gonna be if we don't follow. Keep going, read.
And they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine.
Read.
And their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven.
So your body or our bodies, whoever that is that died and didn't make it, that didn't make it, are going to be meat for the birds and the beasts of the earth. You're going to be their food. You're going to be how they survive. That's what's going to happen to you. Keep going, read.
And for the beasts of the earth.
Now let's get more. We're going to go into showing you and give you a visual in the beginning of these days and show you when a lot of things will take place. So there are signs that the scripture talks about. So we're going to go to Zechariah 14:1. Zechariah 14:1. And again, we're reading from the Tanakh and the Torah and in the Hebrew. Okay? Keep going, read.
Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, and they spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. So
everything that we read earlier, these people, they would have this. I'm not doing this. They spoil is going to be divided. Keep going, read.
For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle.
So hold on. Now we're talking about Jerusalem. We're going to show you it's talking about Israel. Keep going, read.
And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished.
Meaning our wives will be raped. Okay, we showing you what's going to be happening through these perils. Women are going to be raped. Your houses and doors are going to be kicked in. Keep going. Read.
And half of the city shall go forth in captivity, And the residue of the people shall not be cut from the city.
Okay, so everyone is not going to be able to leave the city at these times. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 16. Start up at verse 70. 16, 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. Let's get more on that. What else is going to be going on?
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High.
See that? So, again, those who fear the Most High are commandment keepers. They're the law keepers. The first thing Scripture tells us to do is what? To fear the Most High. So we know they're talking about the commandment keepers, the law keepers. Read it again.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High.
Okay, so they're targeting people. They're targeting the Hebrews for one thing. Okay, read.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
So it's going to be crazy. They're going to be killing us. They're going to go after us. Okay, that spirit, that Draconian bloodline, that lineage is going to make sure that they try to wipe every last one of us out from the earth. That's his total goal. Because even that, they know if there's only a couple of us living, there's only some of us living, whether we know truth or not, the Father can turn us around and give us insight, which He will, and show us and bring truth to other nations and destroy what this lineage has been trying to do for thousands of years, and which is conquer the earth. Keep going, read.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High.
Read.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
So all your things that we thought that we was good by, hey, I don't got to go nowhere, I'm going to do this, I'm straight, He's going to cast them out. Now this is happening on a world level. Alright? And we're going to show you that. This is happening on the world level. But also, there's certain places within the earth that is going to start. It's not just going to start everybody, hey, one day at a time, boom. But we're going to show you that there's a start in this. Okay? There's a start in this. Where does this start at? And a lot of people already know, but I'm going to tell you later, because you already know what it is. You already know what the Scripture is talking about. But let's keep going. Read.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So that tried in the gold, the tried as gold in the fire talks about the baptism of fire. No one is getting into the land of Israel without going through that. All right, but it was a key. It says when they cast them out of their houses, then shall they be known. All right. Who is His chosen? So that already lets you know why they're targeting a certain group of people. That should be something in your head to say, hey, you know what? I already know I'm Israel. So I need to make moves right now before this occurs. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 to 39. Let's go back a little bit. Go back to 2nd Ezra 16 to 39. Let's get more. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. So
the plagues, when they come, they're going to come hard body. And also to reflect back on Enoch and Elijah will be putting a lot of these plagues out as well. But keep going, read.
And the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
On every side, meaning the whole entire earth, 7 continents. If you're in Antarctica, it's going to come upon you. Keep going, read.
O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle.
So prepare for the battle. So how are we supposed to prepare for the battle? Keep going, read.
And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
So we know these days are full of evil. Those days are going to be full of evil. But He's saying, be as pilgrims upon the earth. Don't sit in one place. Move. Because in order for Him to work with you, or for you, you got to be able to make moves. Scripture talks about there's the physical and then there's the spiritual. So you got to be able to move, just like Abraham moved, just like Isaac moved, just like Jacob moved. Okay, just like Moses had to, and the children of Israel in Egypt at that time had to move in order for the Most High to split the sea for them. In order for the Most High to send angels and have them cloaked and make moves, for they couldn't even see the angel, but the angel was there over them cloaked. You have to make moves. There's no, the Father is saying, he's not saying sit and wait for me. He's telling you to make moves during these days, so he can move things for you. Keep going, read. What verse you at?
2nd Esdras 16 and 41.
Read.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
Read.
And he that buyeth, as one that will lose.
See that? So listen, he that selleth, get your stuff, sell it, and get up out of there. Because there's going to come a point in time where you're not going to be able to leave. Now, there's some brothers, some of our brothers thinking that they would be able to leave during the abomination of desolation that's spoken about in Daniel. And let's just look at some common sense here. First of all, that already happened during the time of Antiochus. I'm sorry, Antiochus, right? I'm sorry. So that what Daniel was predicting already happened. Okay, there's many abomination of desolation. There was a sacrificing of the pigs on the altar. You can go into Maccabees and see how it was set up, how that was set up in during those days, during the cleansing of those 3 years. Let me see what else. I'm just reading some things, trying to remember some things. You also can go into the Josephus, which speaks on that. You can find that in book 12, chapter 7, paragraph 6, and also paragraph 7. Alright, so there's many of abomination of desolation. We got to remember that the Romans were walking, well, there was a point where you couldn't even walk in the temple. We used to take our shoes off to go in the temple. And the Romans, when they came storming, they just went in with their dirty sandals and everything. So there's many of them that Daniel was talking about. And we have to look at some common sense here. We know for one thing, during these days, you will not be able to move. The scripture talks about we will not be able to go to city during these times. Okay, so we're waiting for the Pope to sit up in the temple that they're actually rebuilding now. That's going to be the wrong time. And I'm not saying that the Father won't be able to make move. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm trying to show you that part of the scripture has already been fulfilled. Okay, you can do, and what we're going to do, I'm going to post those precepts to show that as well. You can find in the link. Okay, that would be the same one I mentioned earlier. All right, so let's go where we at. 2nd Ezra, we read 16:41. Read it again. Read that again. Let's make that.
2nd Ezra 16:41.
Read.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
Read.
And he that buyeth as one that will lose.
So if you're buying, you're trying to invest, you're trying to settle, you're going to lose. All right. Now let's keep going. Let's go back to Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15 and start at verse 14. Read.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Danger to the world and those who are in the world in these times. These are those who are still living. These are the commandment keepers. Okay, we're talking about Israelites here. Okay, keep going, read.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
I mean, it's coming near. It's coming close. Read.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
So that now they're showing you that before these days take place, this is what you're going to see. you're going to see people fighting against each other with swords in these hands. These swords also means weapons. Okay, you could take that as black on black crime. The increase of black on black crime. United States itself alone has 17,000 murders per year. We're just talking about murders. Over half of those are done with black on black crime. You can look it up. It's a fact. Statistics says. Also, let's show you that these prophecies are happening. Also, there has been more murder in 1 year alone, in 2011 alone, than both of black on black crime, people of the so-called African American descendants, so-called, killing one another more than the Afghan and more than the Iraqi war. The soldiers died in both wars in 1 year. That's how many are we killing each other. Read that again, because I want to show them this is talking about Israel, because Ezra was concerned about his people.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Keep going, read.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading on one another.
Meaning that we're going to be going against each other, we're going to be breaking into each other's homes, we're going to be killing each other. Hey, yo, I don't like the way you look. You know, we're going to be raping each other women. Okay? This before the nation does this. This is talking about the beginning of these times. Okay? This is how he said this woe. He didn't say woe, woe. He said woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And who is considered the world? Israel. Israel is that world. Keep going, read.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor their princes.
Keep going, read.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid.
Now we're on a level. Well, now he's talking about on a world level. Okay? This is talking about on a world level at this point. Keep going, read.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So
these are the famine. She gave us a sign to show when the beginning of these things would take place. And then he's showing us, listen, it's going to be around the world. It's going to come to the world when it's going to be, you are not going to be able to do anything. But there's signs that the Father's given us and showing us. Okay? The signs that some of our people don't want to be saved. And some of our people can't be saved because they're stuck right there where they want to be. No much matter how true you can come to them with Islam, anything, they don't want to hear it. If it ain't about them making some money, or about our sisters, or in the next finest gear, and how they can get over on somebody, they don't want to hear it. Alright? Now, let's go to Isaiah 13 and 14. Let's get more on that.
Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. So
hold up. By this time, he said, listen, during these perils, everybody going to say, hey, we need to go and stick with our own kind. Okay? We're going to have to stick with our own kind during this time. And it's very clear. And it also shows this, that the Most High has asked certain people to come out of a place. So why wouldn't matter of fact, he's telling people to go into your own land. So why would he tell? It makes much sense that he'd tell his own people to come out of a place. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes much sense. If he's telling the nations, go home, then why wouldn't he tell us that? Well, we know you can't go home, but listen, come out of these places. I got an alt with certain places in the world, so I want you to come out of these places. And you also can precept. Well, let's keep going. Keep going. Read. I'm not even going to go there. Keep going. Read.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Now, we don't want to be joined unto them, because I'm going to show you who them is. Keep going, read.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
Okay, keep going. Meaning they're going to be raped, what we talked about earlier.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes.
Stir up who?
The Medes.
The Medes. And we're going to show you that the stirring up of the Medes are going to be done by angels. It's going to be done by the Draconian, or some people call it Draconian. I'm going to show you that this is an angel. Not the angel of the Most High. These are fallen angels. These are fallen angels. Keep going, read.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as far as gold, they shall not delight in it.
Read.
Their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Now, we're talking about Draconian, the Draconian bloodline, and we're also talking about the Medes. I'm going to prove it. Scripture says, prove all things. I'm going to prove it. This is where it gets ugly. Let's keep going. 19.
And Babylon, the glory of kings.
And who?
And Babylon.
And Babylon. So we're talking about the Americas. We're talking about Americas. When he tells people to flee until everyone will flee into their own land. At the same time in Babylon, he asks his chosen. He asks the southern kingdom, which is Zion. I'm going to prove that. Zion means Judah as of now. I'm not saying it always meant that, but I'm going to show you that. He's asked them to come out of that place. And again, it makes sense. He's asked all the other nations, the Gentiles, hey, you better go to your own people. So why wouldn't he ask his own people, hey, come out of there? Keep going, read.
And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Alright, now we're going to go into, and I'm going to prove, the scripture says, prove all things. Let's go to 2 Esdras 13 and 31, and then we're going to get into, I'm going to show you who is the Draconian. The Draconian is nothing but what the scriptures always has called the dragon. That's who the Draconian is. Alright, it's the dragon. You have to do your research on it. It's there. Alright, and even if you go into the Greek, it's going to tell you dragon means Draconian. Alright, but I got to prove that according to scriptures. Alright, so 2 Esdras 13 and 31. Now I'm going to show you again why it gets worse. What it means by these days, and what's going to be worse in these days, and what's going to be the scary thing that what I just showed you are even not this most scariest part. We're going to show you the return of the fallen angels. Let's go. 2 Esdras 13 and 31. It says it right here. Again, 2 Esdras 13 is the breakdown of how the Father is going to return Israel, and he's showing you everything to come. 2 Esdras 13, 31. Read.
And one shall undertake to fight against another.
Read.
One city against another.
One city against another means city against city. Keep going.
One place against another.
One place against another. Keep going.
One people against another.
One people against another. There's your race war. And what else? Keep going.
And one realm against another.
One what?
Realm.
Realm against another. Realm deals with portals. Deals with dimensions and angels. People coming in and out of something that is not, we have no idea on earth what it is, except for those who have researched and studied this. Realm against another realm deals with angels, worlds, dimensions. Alright? Yes, it's in the scriptures. Now, let's get into these realms against another realm. I'm going to show you that the return of the angels. We're going to go to the book of Jubilees. Alright? And I'm going to show you that these fallen angels, the Draconian bloodline, was kept for a certain amount of time. They were kept during the time of Azazel, what he did, not all of them was destroyed. We're going to Jubilees 10, we're going to start at 4. Not all of them was changed. I'm going to show you there was a portion held for this day. Read, start at chapter 10, verse 4.
Alright, Book of Jubilees, chapter 10, verse 4.
Read loud out.
But bless me and my sons, so that we increase and multiply and replenish the earth.
So now we're going to go during the time of Noah's children and what they were talking about and how they wanted to be increased, because they already had just come from dealing with the fallen angels and the Draconian bloodline and the Nephilims. Okay, so now they had new. This is after the deluge, after the flood. Keep going, read.
You know how your watchers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day.
So he said, you know how they acted during these days. They were uncontrollable. Read it. It's in the book of Adam and Eve. It's in the book of Enoch. They were uncontrollable. They was out of hand. They was off the hook. Keep going, read.
And as for these spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in a place of condemnation.
So he said, for these spirits, listen, just bound them. Do us a favor on earth. For we just bound them. Keep going, read.
And let them not bring destruction on the sons of your servant, my power.
Keep going, read.
For these are like cancer and are created in order to destroy.
See, the only purpose why they were created was basically just to destroy things. They're cancer. Okay? There's no good in them. Keep going, read.
Let them not rule over the spirits of the living, for you alone can exercise dominion over them. So
he said, listen, he's actually pleading with the Father, like, please, just get rid of them, bound them. We can't deal with them. Man is not strong enough to deal with these things, but you can. And it's going to show you the fact that the Edomites, they've been dealing with these beings, and they think they can handle them, but they can't. These beings have turned on Esau and mixed themselves with the blood of Esau. Okay? Keep going, read.
And let them not have power over the sons of the righteous from now and forever.
Keep going, read. What did the Most High say? Keep going.
And the Most High over our power commanded us angels to bind all of them.
He said, the Father said, listen, I'm going to bind all of them.
The chief of the spirits.
So what happened? The chief of the fallen angels said what?
I ain't going to say his name.
That's all right, brother.
It start with M.
Brother wants to say his name, but it's okay. Keep going, read.
Came and said, the Most High, the Creator, let some of them remain before me.
He said, hold up. Let some of them just remain before me. Just let a few of them stay here. You ain't got to bound all of them, Father. Now, hold up. That shows you that the angels, the fallen angels, even got to submit to the Father. And the Father says, jump, they got to say, how high, Father? Even the fallen ones got to say, how high you want me to jump? So they're pleading with the Father. Hold up, Father. And it shows that the Father is in control. And He's allowing these things to happen. It ain't got nothing to do with what the Christians call Satan. Okay, there's no such thing. It's the Draconian bloodline. That's your Satan. There is a prince over him.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a prince over him, of him. Okay, but let's keep going. Read.
The chief of the spirits came and said, Most High Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them listen to my voice.
Let them listen to my voice. Let them remain before me, and let them listen to me, Father. Okay? Keep going.
And do all that I say to them, for if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute the power of my will on the sons of man. So he said, if you don't lead something with me, you don't lead some of these angels, how am I going to execute the power of my will? How am I going to do what I need to do? Because in all, I got to have the okay for you to do it anyway, so I need some kind of soldiers. Alright, is that in on that? Was that somebody 11? Nice.
Keep going, read.
Sons of man, for these are for corruption and leading astray before my judgment.
They are for what?
For these are for corruption and leading astray before my judgment.
Therefore, corruption and leading astray for the judgment. Alright?
For great is the wickedness of the sons of man.
Because the sons of man is wicked. We are wicked. We have become wicked beings. We are not law keepers anymore. And this angel knew this at that time, that we wasn't law keepers. So he said, listen, Father, for those who not keeping your ways and your customs, I can deal with them. It's not a problem. We know how you deal with things, so I take care of them for you. Keep going. Is that it? You stopped at 11?
No.
Keep going, read.
He said, let 1/10 of them remain before him.
Look, one what?
1/10 of them remain before him, and let 9/10 of them descend into the place of condemnation.
So hold on. Let the other one descend, but let another tenth remain. 1/10 remain before. Now I'm going to show you the ones that descended are going to be released too for a certain time.
He commanded one of us to teach Noah all their medicines, for he knew that they would not walk in uprightness, nor strive in righteousness.
So the Father is always constantly testing. Faith. All of us. Faith.
We did according to all his words, all the magnanimous evil ones be bound in the place of condemnation, and 1/10 part of them we left, that they might be subject in the presence of Satan on the earth.
Alright, now we're going to go into that and show those who will be present of that great prince. We're going to go over that too. Alright, but before that I'm going to show you that these Draconians, okay, we're going to show you these angels return on the Meads. Let's go to the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch. You got a choice right here. Here you go. Book of Enoch, chapter 56. We're going to start with verse 1. And we're going to pick up. Because remember that 9/10 was bound and chained. So there's 1/10 that wasn't chained at all. Alright, so we're going to pick up right there. But before they are chained or anything, they have mission to do. So all that's so from the time right after the flood, they were kept and held, and they were let loose to do things for this day that's coming. This is how close we are to it. And to show you that we've been close, the Ahmadinejad believe that he is the one to bring back the what they call it, their Messiah. I can't think of the name right now. My mind is, but he's the one who believes they can bring back their Messiah. That's why he's pushing. Now, I'm not saying that the angel is going to come upon him. It may be the following president. But what I'm saying is, you see that spirit, you see that energy is being pushed within the earth right now, and even prove more.
Last video that they were just the Iranian army did.
Which one?
With the Star of David and the U.S. flag.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh man.
You want to explain it real quick?
Oh man. Basically, if you look on YouTube, the Iranian army did a display of their power with the soldiers. They had the soldiers dressed up in different colors. So they had a set of soldiers to make the Star of David, or what they call the Star of David, the 6-pointed star, and the American flag. And they had another set of soldiers display themselves as the sword. And what they did is they had these soldiers over here as the star, the 6-pointed star and the flag, and the sword of the army going through the flag, and the so-called Star of David. It was just done. It was like you'll probably find it on YouTube, definitely. And yeah, they geared up. They ready.
And even that, and just to piggyback off that, you can go on YouTube. You can show that Ahmadinejad sat with some Jewish people a few years ago and talked. And he told them, listen, I'm trying to bring back the Messiah, the Messiah. And he said, and also those the true people. He was talking about us. I'm trying to bring them back. He's trying to help bring us back. That's on YouTube as well. I know many of you have seen it, the video, but it's there. But I'm going to show you that these angels, the Draconian bloodline that is about to, they're going to go in the ear of the kings of the Medes and the Persians. So let's go to, again, read 56, start at verse 1.
Book of Enoch, chapter 56, verse 1.
Speak up, Art.
Book of Enoch, chapter 56, verse 1.
Read.
And I saw there the host of angels of punishment going, and they held scourges and chains of iron and bronze. Okay, so now he's showing us the angels of the Father with these chains, and he's going to go and he's going to show we're going to show you that after that fallen angels do what they do and their thing upon the earth, these chains are for them. Keep going, read. And I asked the angel of peace, who went with me, saying, to whom are these who hold the scourges going? And he said to me, each one to the ones they have chosen.
They have what?
Each one to the ones they have chosen, and to their loved ones, that they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss in the valley.
These are the ones that are dead. These are the ones, it says, much woe unto them that are left behind, but much woe to them that are left behind, but what is it? Much woe to them that are behind, but much woe to them that are dead, or something like that.
Yeah, much woe to them that are dead.
So these are the ones that have been chosen. These spirits have chosen of the spirits, and they're taken with them. This is why they are in greater danger than those that are living. Okay, but we'll keep going. Read.
And then that valley shall be filled with ones they choose and their loved ones.
Read.
And the days of their lives shall be at an end.
So the days of their lives shall be at an end. Keep going, read.
And the days of their leading astray shall no longer be remembered.
Now remember, the leading astray we talked about when the other angel, the fallen angel, was pleading for them. Like, hey, just leave 1/10 for me. Okay, that's the piggy bit. That's the precept for that. Keep going, read.
In those days the angels shall return and gather together and throw themselves to the east on the Parthians. The Parthians.
Now, keep going, read.
And the Meads.
Now the Parthians, I want to show you that the Parthians are the Carmanians. Now if you download this link that we showed you, where you can go through the precepts of the teaching, I have it up there. And you can go and then it will show you that on www.cais/SOAS.com. Alright, you can find that on there. But keep going, read. So read that part again for me.
In those days the angels shall return. Matter of fact, there's still Iranians that call themselves Carmanians. There's still some today, because I remember seeing a movie where they refer to themselves, when somebody said that they were Arab, they said, no, we're Carmanians.
Right.
We're Persians. They're not the same people.
Keep going. Good input. Read.
In those days the angels shall return and gather and throw themselves to the east on the Parthians and the Meads.
Read.
They shall stir up the kings.
They shall do what?
They shall stir up the kings.
So they're going to rile up the kings. And what's going to happen?
So that a spirit of unrest and disturbance will come on them. That's your, what is that?
There it is. That's it right there.
What they doing? What do they call that again? When
they're not possessing them, but they're there. They're going to present themselves, and they're going to show them. They're going to help them. Listen, it's that time to go out and do this. They're going to. What are we going to say?
They're putting sanctions on Iran and stuff like that, trying to stir them, make them piss them off. Like telling countries you can't buy gas from Iran and all
right,
that.
Absolutely.
They're pissing them off.
Right, but see, these angels going to come and say, hey, yo, enough is enough. Let's go. Y'all need to go out there and do something. They're going to be right there with them. They're going to show you that. Finish, go, read, where you at? Read all the way up to 8.
So that the spirit of unrest and disturbance will come on them, and they shall drive them from their throne.
They should drive them from their throne. Meaning they're going to make them go up and go out like mad lions. Keep going, read.
that they may rush out like lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves among their flocks.
So now they're going to start to attack. They're just going like, you know what? Let's go get them. I don't care. I don't care about America. I don't care about Jewish. I don't care about this nation. I don't know everyone's against me is about to get it.
And they shall go up and trample the lands of my elect.
So first one, he's going to go now because of the Draconians know that there's a bloodline of the father that exists and that can wake up. He said, hold up. Deal with his elect ones first. I'm going to show you that we remember his elect ones are in the east. And if anyone tell you that it's going to happen in the west first, that's not true. It's going to happen in the east. That's going to be the beginning, because his elect ones is Ephraim. They're going to go into the Assyrians first. That's going to be the first place. We're going to go into that though. Read up to Adok.
And they shall go up and trample the lands of my elect ones, and the land of his elect ones shall be before them as threshing floor, trampled barren ground, and a highway. So
they're going to destroy it. All right, you done with that one?
Nope.
Keep going.
But the city of my righteous one shall But the city of my righteous one shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight among themselves.
So hold up. So now they said they're going to go to his elect ones. Elect ones and the righteous are two different. Elect ones mean they just Hebrews. But then it says the city of his righteous ones, there's a place that his righteous is going to be at this time. Okay? I'm going to show you that's the wilderness. It's going to be a hindrance. And then these fallen angels, enemies, they're going to fight against themselves. These angels, these Draconians are going to start killing each other, and they're going to show you who they're going to start killing are the mixed ones. So you're going to have a full-blood Draconian race go against the mixed ones, like the presidents and all these higher-ups, because they're going to feel deceived and say, you failed us, and they're going to start killing them. I'm going to prove that though. Okay, before we go there, before I go even more, let's go to 57. Huh?
You ain't done yet.
You ain't done yet? Keep going. Okay.
And their own right hand shall be strong against themselves.
So their own right hand is going to be strong against themselves, meaning that they're going to start destroying themselves. They're going to go against each other. They're going to remember themselves because they're wild. They're untamable. These Draconian, this dragon is off the meter. You have to do your research on that. Keep going. Read.
And a man shall not know his brother, nor a son his father or his mother.
This because of the influence of the Draconian bloodline. By this time, you're going to see these some call them aliens. They're going to be here and they're going to be making man do some wild things to their loved ones. Keep going. Read.
Until there be innumerable corpses because of their slaughter.
Remember when he's talking about the corpses? There's going to be so many dead you're not going to be able to bury. These are the days we're showing. This is the return of the fallen angels. It's not going to be remember the saints are going to fear. The righteous are going to fear during these days. Keep going.
And their punishment shall be not in vain. In those days hell shall open its jaws.
What shall open?
Hell shall open its jaws.
We're going to go there. We're going to go to Revelation 9, but not now. Keep going, read.
And they shall be swallowed up. Their destruction shall be final. Hell shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. This is the death of those that wasn't faith, that wasn't in danger. Now let's get a little bit more on that, because I'm going to show you. We're going to go even to more depth on this. Let's go to Book of Enoch, 57, chapter 57, verse 1 to 3.
We're going to read 1 to 3. Read.
And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of chariots, and men riding on them.
Okay, keep going.
They were coming on the winds from the east.
From what?
The east.
So now, these are the other angels. Keep going, read.
And from the west to the south. The noise of their chariots were heard, and when this turmoil took the place, the holy ones from heaven watched it. So hold on. Now, all this time, these fallen angels are doing, because these are fallen angels. These are another set of fallen angels.
I'm going to show you that. The angels in heaven are watching. They just watching because there has to be a fulfillment before they even to intercede. Okay, so they're watching because they have chosen those to die. Those are the people that have been marked. Okay, now by this time, all this is going on. If the holy ones in heaven are watching, have the Messiah return. Lie. Have the angels return that are seen with the Messiah or come before. Lie. But there are angels of the Most High on earth, but they're just watching. They're protecting certain ones, the righteous that we read. Read up to 3.
Okay, and the noise of their chariots was heard, and when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven watched it.
They watched it. They sat back and kicked their heels. They probably ate some popcorn or some heavenly manna watching it. Keep going, read.
And the pillars of the earth were shaken and moved. And the sound of it was heard from one end of heaven to the other in one day.
Whoa. And that's that one day the scripture talks about. That's it?
No.
Keep going.
And all shall be fallen down and worship the Most High of hosts.
Alright, now.
This is the end of the second parable.
That's the end, the second row. But let's go a little bit more. Let's get more. Now we're going to show you those Draconian bloodlines even deeper, what they're going to be doing while the angel is watching. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 28. Second, it's not on here. You got to get the book. 2nd Esdras 15 and 28. 2nd Esdras. Let me get there. 15. Is it coming up clear to you out?
Yeah.
It's clear, right? Yeah. Precept among precept. This teaching was put together from precept. That's why it's not a 20-minute teaching or an hour teaching. You sit with me, you get an understanding of what's going on according to the word of the Most High. Okay? Read 15 and 28.
Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
Now this is the Draconian bloodline. I'm going to show you that they went into the Meads. And from the Meads, we just piggyback. This is the scripture saying the same thing that the book of Enoch said in 56 and chapter 56 and 1
through 8 verses.
The same thing, but it's going to give you a little bit more detail. Okay, read. Let's go.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia.
Of the what?
Were the nations of the dragons of Arabia.
Because they thinking, these dragons, the Draconian bloodline at the time are thinking that the wilderness, they're protecting the wilderness in Arabia. But it's not there. They're not, because that's not it. Their father got a whole new thing. So these nations, they was being proactive. We're going to sit there and wait. Keep going, read.
Okay, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth.
Those are your UFOs. We call them UFOs. Keep going, read.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble. That's
what we was reading when the angels sat back and watched. Okay, when the angels you see that out?
Yeah.
When the angels sat back and watching, they said, and the noise was from the east to the south. This was that right there. You're getting a clear picture who it is. It's the Draconian bloodline. These are UFOs, or what we call UFOs. Keep going, read.
Also the Carmanians.
Carmanians are your Persians. You see that?
Meads, yeah.
The Meads. Keep going, read.
Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as a wild boars of the wood.
So the scripture said they rushed off their lair like mad lions. Here it says they go forth like wild boars of the wood. Keep going, read.
And with great power shall they come and join battle with them.
Now we're going to show you who is them. Them are the Meads. Keep going, read.
And shall waste.
The angels. Keep going. I'm sorry, read.
And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
They shall waste, they shall waste a portion of the land of Assyria today. One second. Now I wanted to go somewhere real quick to show something. Let's go to, hold that, and Let's go to Isaiah. Let me see if I don't know if I have it. Get the Tanakh out. You got your Tanakh? Get your Tanakh. Get the Tanakh out. Let's go to Isaiah 31:8. Isaiah 31:8. We go into the Tanakh, better translation. And there's some that that you have to go into the actual Hebrew, but the scriptures I'm pulling out and going to the Tanakh because I already went into the Hebrew, and I have other brothers who have understanding going to the Hebrew, not no Lashon Kadesh, what you want to call it, real Hebrew. Okay, so to bring these scriptures out and to get a full understanding of them. Isaiah 31:8. So it says these angels went into Assyria. So let's find out if the scriptures says that. Are you there?
Yep.
Read it.
Then Assyria shall fall, not by the sword of man.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Assyria shall fall, not by the swords of man. I'm going to show you that these are angels who went into the elect. The elect, he's got to listen. The Father got to get a submission from the Hebrews that claim I'm Islam. Because during the transatlantic, we have Jews. The Southern Kingdom went there. They were taken there by the Arab slave trade. So he got to get them to submit. And I guarantee you, out of them, this shows you that there's going to be some submit. Say, look, Father, they're going to call upon the true power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not no Ishmael. Not no Allah. Okay? Let's keep going. Read that again now.
Then Assyria shall fall, not by the sword of man. A sword not of humans.
Not of humans. Whoa, keep going, read.
A sword not of humans shall devour him.
See that? That's very clear. Now let's go back to second Ezra. You see that? Was that well precept or what, bro?
Yeah.
Let's go back to second.
That's what these dragons is.
Let's go back to this dragon, these Draconian bloodline.
Reptilians, better known today.
That's what they call them, the reptilian. You're absolutely right.
But all that sci-fi.
And even before you go, they've been showing us for years. You have the land of the lost. What was the little thing, the reptilian? It was called Draconians. You have the movie V.
Movies,
yeah, V. Matter of fact, the new movie, the new one, Avengers. And in Avengers, when the thing took off his face mask, he was a lizard. He was a reptilian. So they're showing you who's coming.
From the Draconian star system.
They're coming from the Draco star system. That's what. And listen, man, believe me, they do exist. It's there. The scriptures telling. As a matter of fact, you have some that come from the Draconian star system, and then you have some that was already here before man. The dragon fell before man was even here. That serpent or that seed was kicked out of the heavens. They had a partial of them that was kicked out of the heavens, so they was already there. They were pushed within the inner earth. You have to do your research on that. Okay? More UFOs we're seeing today comes from our own government than we see from the Father. You better believe that. They're creating all kinds of inbreeds and all kinds of inhumane things. They're doing the same thing. Splicing genes. The same thing we're doing before the flood, they're doing again. That's why he tells in the scripture it will be the days of Noah. So shall also the Son of Man be. This is what was going on today. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not researching these scriptures, if you're not trying to comprehend and understand, you will fall. You will fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Let's go. Let's keep going. All right.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 31.
Read.
And then shall the dragons.
The who?
The dragon
means the Draconian bloodline. They're gonna fool. They've been fooling the whole governments the whole time. Now they coming out their face, yo. Let's keep going. Read.
And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
Remembering their nature. Remember who they are. We are destroyers. What we read in the book of Jubilees, when we talked about the Jubilees, they was
nothing for destruction.
They was nothing but destruction. They deceived. Keep going, read.
Remember their nature, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
So now they're going to say, you know what? Now we don't gain control of the earth. Let's destroy everybody. And them. We're going to show you that them is the children of Israel. There's going to be a portion of children of Israel that don't go into the wilderness. And there's going to be the other 10 tribes that's left, and those, I'm going to prove it, and those who did not listen to the commandments of the Father when he was asking them to come out of her. I'm going to prove that. Keep going. Let's go. Read.
Then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume of them.
So hold on. When it says flee from Assyria, now he's talking about Ephraim coming out of there. But he's going to pursue them. Ephraim is on his way out of there. These are the ones when I just said earlier, like, hey, you know what? Ain't no Allah. It's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what he's going to force them to turn there. Keep going, read.
And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume of them.
Keep going.
And in their host shall be fear and the dread and strife among their kings.
Read.
Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon.
These, same thing we're reading again. These are the angels. the holy angels are watching all this from heaven. We just read this in the book of Enoch.
Yep.
You want to go back there? You found it? That was in...
Yep.
Read it again.
Enoch 57:1.
Read.
And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of chariots.
Chariots are what we consider UFOs. Read.
And man riding on them.
But hold on. They're not jets. Remember, we just talk about men. They consider everything men. Keep going. Watch. Prove it.
They were coming on the winds from the east, and from the west to the south. The noise of the chariots was heard, and the turmoil took place, and the holy ones from heaven watched it. Now,
also, I'm going to show you as well that you best believe you're going to have some human beings come out and some UFOs.
They got the technology.
Yes, absolutely got the technology, and they're going to use it. And there's going to be some that's probably jets, but I guarantee you, it's going to be UFO. We're going to see things we ain't never seen before. I'm telling you, they are preparing us to see this. And every time you see this on television, you're thinking, oh my God, what is this? We got to destroy them. And they think that they put you to fear, they put this thing, this chunk of bravery that Esau has onto other nations. Oh, we're going to win, we're going to be successful, and America is going to be the successor and defeat everybody. No. Not in this story, not in this movie, a reality movie. Let's keep going. This is a reality movie. Keep going.
Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they were very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm.
Read.
They shall smite one upon another.
Remember, we read that in Enoch. Keep going. 56. Read.
They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth. So they remember, they turned against themselves. They're remembering themselves. They're animals. Keep going, read. Upon the earth, even their own stars. Even their own ones. Keep going, read. Because there's a power struggle. These ain't actual stars, because the next verse will tell you, and the blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Right, these are actual stars. These are what we call UFOs. Okay? And the blood should be what? And the blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Keep going, read. And the dung of man unto the camel's hoof. The camel hoof is the hump on them. There's going to be so many bodies piled up, it's going to be that high. Keep going, read. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Well, now hold on. There's a question I want to ask. Has the Messiah returned yet? No. Not at all. Not at all. Let's keep going, read. And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. Keep going, read. And the strong wind shall arise from the east, and shall upon it a cloud which he raised up in wrath. Read. And the star stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind.
Now, I'm going to show you that these UFOs are shooting out boats,
Maybe we can say lasers. You know what we can try to understand.
Lasers. We can say lasers, but we know that's just a name. But whatever you want to call it, it's going to be rays or whatever you want to call it. But keep going, read.
Cause fear toward the east and west wind shall be destroyed.
Keep going.
The great and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star that they make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible storm.
So now they're going to go and pull out. Now these are going to show you that these are the mega ships, these mega UFOs, these mother ships. Okay, these are the mother UFOs that are coming out. It's getting ugly. Keep going, read.
Fire and hail and flying swords.
Now, hail and flying swords are your rays, your lightning, whatever you want to call it, what they're shooting out them UFOs. That's what you're seeing.
And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with abundance of great water. Now,
I'm going to show you that we're not talking about nuclear missiles here. We're talking about something that's much greater than nuclear missiles. Okay? This is the cleansing of the earth, and you best believe the Father is above this. He's watching. Remember, the angels was watching this. The holy angels said that they could have intervened any time, but it's not that time. The Father didn't give them order because the Father is allowing this to happen because of the sin of man. Keep going, bro.
And they shall break down the cities and the walls, mountains and hills.
Read.
Trees of the wood and grass of the meadows.
Read.
And their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon.
Unto who?
Unto Babylon.
Unto who?
Unto Babylon.
They should go into Babylon. We gotta remember, all the precepts, before this even happened, they told, what did he tell you? He said, everybody go to your own country that was in Babylon. And he told the people to come out of it. Okay, and I'm going to show you more scriptures that's going to prove in the Hebrew, that the Father has been asking us and sending people to come to uplift us and come out of it. It's a proof. That's proof. I'm going to show you that. Let's keep going. Read.
And make her afraid.
And make her what?
And make her afraid.
Everybody is going to be afraid. And that shows you that everyone is not going to listen by this time, because if to make her afraid, that means there was people that didn't listen. There was people say, you know what? You know what I mean? You got
coming over here.
Yeah, they have, and not even that. You know what I'm saying? They even show you that there's brothers that's saying, hey, at this point, and I'm saying it's not going to happen, but there's brothers say, hey, the Most High UFOs is going to come and get us. And they're going to see these UFOs coming and think, hey, this is the Most High. And it's not going to be. Okay? But before that even happens, people are going to be afraid. But I'm not saying the Father UFOs won't come again, but we're going to go through that. We're going to go, this is a teaching about the gathering of Judah in Israel and how it's going to be done. Remember, not the old way. This is a new way. You're going to know it. Keep going. Read.
They shall come to her, this is Babylon, and besiege her, the star, and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up into the heaven.
Then shall the smoke go up to heaven. That's when she's done. And we know the story about that. It's not going to be nothing.
18 one day. What was it?
It was 18. That's 18. Revelation 18.
How fast they said it happened?
In one day.
One day. Yeah.
Keep going.
And all they that be about her shall dwell her.
Shall be well. Her. So that means, that's showing you there's going to be people in other countries still going on. They're going to be living. They're going to be trying to live. There's going to be some type of control and order that these beings has placed on earth at this time. Okay? There's going to be some kind of order. that the Draconian bloodline has placed on earth at this particular time. These people listen man, they have, in Virginia, they have underground bases that can hold 5 million people each all throughout the country, tunnels
under the Denver airport,
all throughout the Americas that connect through the world, through the earth. Okay, they have these that hold up that, and within these 5 million, these bases that hold 5 million, you best believe that a lot of these have holding cells for the children of Israel. Alright? All this may sound crazy, but this is the scriptures. This is the breakdown of 2nd Esdras 13. We're going through it. It's nothing easy. So just wait and stick with us. We're going to go into the gathering of the tribes. I just did, bro.
And they that remain under her. Now, hear the key word, that they that remain under her.
Right, showing you people there.
Destroy what's going on. Who under her? Inside, the cave.
Right.
The underground facilities.
That's the underground facilities. Those are underground facilities. Those are they call them drums.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bomb shelters or whatever.
All throughout America, all throughout North America, all throughout South America. America has been nothing but a corporation and a holding cell for the children of Israel. Matter of fact, and we're going to go into, but I just want to pull some out. Listen, we can separate ourselves from that place.
Yeah.
We hold, what was it, 300 billion?
No, right now in 2012, black Americans as a whole bring in over the year $1 trillion.
$1 trillion. We're going to put that up. We're going to put that paper up so you can see. We didn't write it. We're not making this up.
Yeah, this Esau putting this out.
This Esau putting this out. So we get the nations rich, while we could be somewhere preparing ourselves for the coming of this day. When I say preparing, I mean keeping the commandments, statutes, and laws, making sure we're together in one community. Okay? Because I'm going to show you that there's a different gathering. There's a different gathering. There's a portion that's going to go into the wilderness, but I'm not going to go into that right now. We're about to finish this, then we're going to go right into it. Where you at, Rod?
All right, I'm in 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 46, about Babylon, verse 45.
Read.
And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that put her in fear.
Read.
And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon.
Read.
And art the glory of her person.
Because China's by this time, and I can show you how true this is. Who's investing right now in America? China. What military is what military is surrounding America right now? In Mexico and through Canada, China. Who's buying up America right now? China. So when these forces come in, when the scripture talk these forces come in, a lot of them are going to be Chinese. Look how they uplifting Chinese, right? The China government right now. Bro, this is reality. This is real. It is not no scare tactics or anything. These are the scriptures. Okay? Let's keep going.
And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee.
Woe be unto thee. Alright?
Thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please the glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
See that? So, because that's talking about the business and the political business, this everything.
All these shopping malls they got over there now, they got a place like Las Vegas over there that they trying to be just like Babylon.
Alright, where we at? What verse you at?
I read verse 48.
Keep going.
Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions.
So now to show you that only person that he said he hated was Esau. Who runs America? Esau. Or the Khazars that's mixed within Esau. Okay, keep going, read.
Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee.
Go ahead.
I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste the houses with destruction and death.
Alright, now, let's keep going. Let's go. That's enough for that. You want to read the rest, you can. Alright? No, I'm talking about those who are out there. Alright?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Now, we're going to go to get more about these beings. Let's go to Revelation 9. Revelation 9 is the gospel. Revelation 9. Let's get more. Let's go into what's going to be going on. What else going on? Before the removal. Before the removal. This is before the removal. This is before the angels has came back. 9 and 1. Start off 9 and 1.
Revelation chapter 9 verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Now remember that the
star.
The other one that was bound. You got it. Keep going.
Yeah, the star. They was talking about.
Yep. Keep going. Remember, we read about the 10th. That 10th was bound. Not anymore. Let's go.
They had the key to the bottomless pit, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as a smoke of great furnace.
Read.
And the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit.
So this is the beginning. We're going to read later that the Messiah came back, and the scriptures talk about he only knew when the sun was out and when the moon was out, because there's going to be total darkness on the earth at this point, and it's because of this right here. Keep going, read.
And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them were given power as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Read.
And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree.
Read.
But only those men which have not sealed of the Most High in their forehead.
So that's showing you right now, that's showing us that everyone has not been removed to the wilderness. There's still that that no one has been removed to the wilderness at this time. Okay? These are actual angels. This is what's going on. I'm showing you the Perils times. Okay? Keep going, read. Keep going, I'm going there.
Yeah. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And the torment was a torment of scorpion when he striketh a man. Now,
the torment, I'm going to show you that this torment is like they're making us afraid. And I'm going to show you that these why the elect, or the ones that mark, they're going to be afraid. I'm going to show you. And they're going to want to die. They're going to really want to die. Because they're like, yo, I'm seeing all this. I can't believe this. I'd rather be dead than see this. But death is going to flee from them. Just keep going. Read.
And in those days shall man seek death, and shall not find it.
And shall not what?
Find it.
Man going to want to die. But they're not going to find it because they have been chosen by the Father. They just got to see this. I'm going to prove it. Keep going, read.
And shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
See that? Keep going, read.
And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle.
Alright, let's go.
And on their heads were as it were crowns like gold.
Read.
And their faces were as faces of men.
Now these are totally different than the Draconians. These are a whole other set. You see that out? Total different set. Let's keep going, read.
And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Read.
And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots.
That's what we read in the second Esdras. Okay? That's what we read in the second. Those are the other ones. Okay? Keep going.
Sounds of chariots.
These are the ones.
running the battle.
These are the ones that are going to Babylon. Let's keep going.
And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt man 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is an angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue his name Apollyon.
Read.
Apollyon.
Read.
Apollyon.
Oh.
And one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more after.
Alright, that's what I want to show you. Now, let's go. Let's go back here. Now we're going to go into the Old Testament pseudepigraphy. You good with that, huh? Let's go into the Old Testament pseudepigraphy. Let's get more on that. I'm trying to paint a perfect picture for you to see what's going on during these days and what's going to be happening during these days. Old Testament pseudepigrapher, we're going to the Siblings of Oracles, Book 3, verse 805. Read.
You will see a battle of infantry and cavalry in the clouds.
So there's going to be fighting. Remember Star, which smite down other stars? These are the ones, the Draconians, versus these angels we're seeing right now coming out of the pit. Keep going, read. They go ahead with each other. Read.
You will see a battle of infantry and cavalry in the clouds, like the hunt of wild beasts, like a mist. This is the end of the war which the Most High, who inhabits heaven, is accomplishing, but all must sacrifice to the great King.
Say everybody got to make a sacrifice to the Father. Keep going. Matter of fact, let's go to Apocalypse of Daniel, verse 12 and 1. Read.
And then the unclean spirits and demons will go forth.
Wait a minute, hold on. I showed you there was 2 different that we said before. The Draconian and the one we read Revelation 9 that came out the pit. Keep going. Read it. Read it again.
And then the unclean spirits and the demons will go forth like the sand of the sea. Those in the abyss. That
came out of there. Come on, read.
And the crags and the ravens.
Wait a minute. Read it again. And those in the abyss and what?
And those in the crags and the ravens.
So that's 2 different. Keep going. Read.
And they will adhere to the Antichrist.
Meaning that great dragon, that one who is the head of them, all of them. Okay, keep going, read.
And they also will be tempting the Christians. We know who the Christians are according to the scriptures.
We know who Christians is.
The Israel that follow Christ.
Right, but that's absolutely. And hold on, not even that. Now let me show you something. They will be tempting. They will adhere to the Antichrist. Now, you tell me if the abomination desolation is already happening and the Pope or the Antichrist have moved into the temple, that we're going to be able to go freely. When we just read that we will not be able to go freely and move freely. Okay? Keep going. Not everyone. I mean, let me repeat that. Those that the Most High have his eyes on will be able to make moves. We're going to show you that. Keep going, read.
Antichrist, and they shall all be tempting the Christians and killing the babies of women.
Mm-hmm.
And they themselves will suckle from them. And then the people will be calling upon the deaf and digging up the tombs and saying, blessed and thrice blessed are you who have already died, because you did not reach these days.
So he said blessed and thrice blessed, meaning blessed us 3 times. Those who have died are blessed, but we know that's not true. Because see, by their saying this, they have no understanding that those who have died were in greater perils. See that?
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to the Apocalypse of Zephaniah. We're in the pseudepigrapha, chapter 4 and verse 1. And again, these are online. I'm going to have the whole precept online.
Document that you can download online.
Right. You're going to have the document that you can download. I'm going to say it again after the teaching. So you can go and get this, and you can watch this and use the precepts and see exactly where we're going with this visually. Alright, read verse 4:1, the Apocalypse of Zephaniah.
Then I walked with the angel of the Most High. I looked before me, and I saw a place to their thousands of myriads of angels.
So he said, I saw a look. This is Zephaniah with his vision that he was given by the Father during this time. He said, I saw a place, and there were thousands and thousands of myriads of angels. And what happened?
He saw thousands and thousands of myriads of angels enter through it.
Meaning the portals, the realms. They were coming. They were going enter through it. Go ahead. Now he's about to give you a description of what they looked like that came through these portals, that came from the abyss. Read.
Their faces were like a leopard, their tusks being outside their mouth like wild boars.
Keep going.
Their eyes were mixed with blood, their hair was loose like the hair of a woman, and fiery scourges were their hand.
What happened?
When I saw them, I was afraid.
So hold on, he's looking at a vision. Now imagine those who are going to be there. This was thousands of years ago. Alright, now we're going to go into 2nd Esdras 16:1. And my question to you, again, who does the Father have an issue with? He has an issue with certain countries. Babylon. Well, let's read it. 2nd Esdras 16:1. Read.
Woe be unto Babylon and Asia.
Read.
Woe be unto Egypt.
Read.
And Syria.
Syria is Assyria. Syria is just the language they were speaking, or Aramaic was the language they were speaking. Keep going, read.
Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children.
Do what?
Bewail your children.
Bewail your children. Keep going, read.
And be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you.
Wait a minute, a sword is sent upon you. Who is he talking about again? Babylon, Asia, Egypt, and Assyria. Keep going, read.
And who will make it turn back?
Who's going to turn his back? Nobody's going to turn it back. It's going to happen. Keep going, read.
A fire is sent among you, and who will quench it?
Who's going to quench this? A fire. Remember the lasers. Who's going to turn his back? Who's going to quench this? Who's going to put water and cool it off? Nobody. Keep going, read.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that drives them away?
Alright. Now, question. At this point, again, I'm going to ask you, has Michael returned yet? No. Has the Messiah returned yet? No. Has the plagues began? Yes. Have they been on the earth? Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to go here. During all this time, the Father has only asked Zion. When I say Zion, I'm going to prove to you Zion is talking about Judah. Now, when you go into the history of Zion, Zion was there well before David came to place. Okay? It was already named Zion. But during century and time, Zion became known as the southern tribe of Israel. And I got to prove that. And it's right here in the scriptures. And a lot of times when you see Israel or Israel in the scriptures, they're not always talking about Israel. This is why a lot of people, right, this is where a lot of people are getting mixed up. And also sometimes when they say the house of Israel, they're talking about the whole, or they may be talking about just the 10 tribes. You have to understand what you're reading. And there's times when it says Zion, he's talking about the whole, but I'm going to prove it right here. Let's go. I'm going to show you that in this case, when the scripture talks about Zion, he's talking about the southern tribe, the 2.5 tribes or the 2 tribes. Now we're going to get into the removal. We done showed you what was going to happen during these times, how man was going to fall and how was going to some come to the Father. Okay? We showed you that. Now we're going to get into the good part, the removal of Israel and how it will be done according to 2nd Esdras 13. Let's go. Revelation 18:4.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and receive not of her plagues.
Now, the Father asked Zion, okay, I'm going to show you, that's the southern kingdom he was asking, to come out of it before all that takes place. He has a place for us, okay, and it's not there. But at that time, he's asking us to be pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, he's asking us to be pilgrims upon the earth. But it's like, how can we make a move with all this going on? The Father will provide. That's when your faith comes in. And you're going to see a lot of things that's going to shake our faith, but we got to maintain Israel. Zechariah 2 and 6, read.
Zechariah 2 and 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Do what? Say it again.
Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Read.
Saith the Most High, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven,